Yeah. How you guys doing? How you doing? Are you well? I am well. I am well. How have you been? What have you been doing? You haven't done anything. You haven't done anything. Anyway. Today, I want to talk about Starkweather. I want to talk about Starkweather. Who in the fuck is Starkweather? They're from Philadelphia. Um, yeah, they used to play in my area quite often in the early and mid 90s. I got to see them. There's a video on YouTube of them playing in Unisound, which was a club in Reading. I used to play there quite often too. Um, yeah, there's a live show of them playing there, and I'm running around going nuts. Yeah, if you haven't heard them, like the title of the video is, it's your favorite hardcore band's favorite hardcore band. You never know what you're getting into with them. But yeah, they have a great drummer. I think his name is Harry Rosa, right? Did I say that enough? Harry Rosa, yeah. Vocals, Rennie, and Todd Forkin on guitar. These three would be in the band quite long. I think now Rennie's the only original member, if it's still active. And Michelle, yeah. So I'm going to show the vinyl of these and talk a little bit about why Starkweather. Why Starkweather? Yeah, it's what's weird about him is they, even in the shows that I saw and the shows that I see on YouTube, I don't know if it's just coincidental, but the crowds are there and the people are passionate, but it's sparse. There's just not, they never, I don't know, they never really seem to. I'm sure they've toured Europe and probably had a little bit of success later. They had a 2006 album that I was naive about. I did not know that. But I'm going to talk about the two records that I have, Crossbearer and what is this? Into the Wire, I think it's called. Yeah, Into the Wire as well. But I'm going to talk about Crossbearer first. I took samples from Starkweather. Yeah. From Crossbearer here. Anyway. Yeah, Crossbearer comes out in 92. Comes out in 92. I'll show you guys the vinyl. They got a lot of like I said earlier, long song structures. They kind of do a lot of building. The drummer, it's really strong, creative. Puts like rudimentary patterns to like some stuff and builds it, and you could tell he's like he knows how to play his instrument. And I remember he kind of played like a bigger kit. And a lot of like New York hardcore bands like Leeway and stuff, Crumbsuckers. If you watch those videos on YouTube, like a lot of those bands had like full, like almost thrash metal kits, like those kind of drummers that were not Mackie, I know that, and Bad Brains, stuff like that. But some of those hardcore bands that were real, like that metallic crossover, which is what Starkweather kind of was. Now with Rennie, this is the LP. You get savage, very unique vocal delivery with him. He's sometimes what they call now cleans. He kind of sings. He has some melody going on with over some of the parts, and that's the catchy stuff. They're not really a hardcore band altogether. Their song structures are kind of they take out of that that little box there. They'll go and, like I said, with these long song structures, have several dynamic parts throughout them, several bridges, and they'll revisit and have choruses to make sure to remind you you're at the same song. But very creative in song structure. They'll do different things like build in one riff and then change and go into something completely different. Now this comes out in '92. This does come with the lyrics. These are all original presses, if you will. I bought these at the time. I probably bought this at Unisound when I was seeing them. If I mentioned that, it's a club in Reading, Pennsylvania. So this is the lyrics for this. This is the first album, first full length. They had a demo in '89, if I did not mention that. I cannot talk about that. I did not own that. But I did see them live a couple of times back in the... I saw them when this was out. They had not... They put a follow-up, like I said, Into the Wire. If I can do this successfully. Yeah, the follow-up is '95. So there's a... They did do some shows with this release. Did I show the front of that good enough? I think I did. Yeah. And that's the artwork. Like I said, this is all original stuff here. Probably bought this. If I didn't buy it there, I bought it at a local record store. I was fortunate to have in proximity a town over called Play It Again Records would carry local stuff. They carried every band I did myself. Again, making it about me, sorry. But and just to say that the club, the store owners around here were cool enough to carry local stuff. Anyway, this is the follow-up. This is kind of what I would say probably put them on the map as far as getting more distribution. Now, what's unique about the songs between these two records is there's must be re-records because, well, Tumult is the first song on Crossbearer, which is an outstanding song and lets you know right away that Rennie's going to sing a little bit. You know, you can, and I use this very loosely, like you can get like an acid bath feel from, or at least pre-acid bath feel from this. I don't know if there was any influence from these guys onto acid bath, but I would say I could see acid bath people might hear this and find some similarities or at least something that they might like. As far as unpredictable song structures and Rennie's ability to do a very unique, harsh vocal. And most importantly, I find him to be the very potent aspect of the band. He delivers a harsh vocal, very unique to anybody else's. And he's very good at transitioning and going back and forth between the two seamlessly. And his approach, it's almost like he sounds like he's being strangled. This is the follow-up, Into the Wire. Got the price tag still on it. This happened to be $6.99 USD. Yeah, this is the back. I never took it out. This is on Edison Records. Now, what I was alluding to earlier, there's a couple of songs that are re-records from this album. Murder in Technicolor, which has a lot of clean vocals in that. Very awesome song. Shards and Unto Me. Shards and Unto Me go together. In fact, on the first album, I put it on and I realized there's only 3 songs on it. And I remember going like, well, this must be a misprint. But then those two go together on that album as they do on the re-record on this, if that makes any sense. So the new song is Shrewd Slither and Into the Wire. But Murder in Technicolor and Shards and Unto Me are basically re-records. I don't really have a preference. I play them both, and they don't seem to be that much different, but one's not better than the other. Well, let me show the record of this. But yeah, I saw some. I used to play with a band called Overcast, and I did once or twice in Stroudsburg, Pennsylvania. They went on to be a much bigger band, but I remember Overcast. They would come in this area a lot. I think the one dude's in Anthrax now, but um, yeah, they would. This is the LP for Into the Wire. Just pretty cool label on that. I think, like I said earlier, this one kind of seemed like it got more distribution. This one's lyric sheet is one of those small ones. Yeah, it's a little smaller, but it does come with the lyrics and a little bit of artwork there. Yeah, Michelle is still on this one, but her name is spelled normal. On that one, it has Michelle. On this one, spelled Michelle. I don't know which one's a misprint. I don't see her popping up answering too many questions. But anyway, yeah, if you have not heard Starkweather, it's very interesting. I'll call it hardcore loosely, but even Remy, I watched an interview with him a little while back on YouTube just to see if the band was still around. I searched him, you know what I mean, kind of thing. And he was like, yeah, we were never really a hardcore band, and that might have kind of kept them from blowing up so much. They didn't really have concise song structures. And like they were a musician's band, I think, a little bit more, you know, and more inspiring than they did, at least locally for here. I know a lot of Starkweather crept into stuff I wrote later on in life, so they're infectious in that way, in that they're very creative, crafty in their songwriting, and everybody can play quite well, and the drummer's very strong, making them strong. Great riffs by Todd Forkin, and great song structures by the band. So that's the video for today. Starkweather. If you've never heard them, look them up. They deserve it. They deserve more ears than they get. So, Starkweather. Always. Shallow 666. Yeah.